congrats. Queen issued huge privilege to Kate over branded William's Saviour behind closed doors. Kate, Duchess of Cambridge, is Prince William's saviour behind closed doors, supporting her husband away from the public eye, a royal expert has claimed. The Duke and Duchess of Cambridge have stepped up further into the royal limelight in the run-up to the Queen's Platinum Jubilee celebrations later this week. Prince William, 39, and Kate, 40, led senior royal family members at an annual event at Buckingham Palace last week, taking over from the Queen. The pair hosted guests, huddled under umbrellas, at the third of the year's garden parties at the palace. But behind Prince William's often solemn demeanour, his wife often sees what the public won't, a more natural side to his personality, Princess Diana's former butler has claimed. Paul Burrell said that, away from the cameras and the observers, Kate makes him melt. Mr. Burrell told, "I think behind closed doors Kate has been his saviour because she makes him melt. Behind closed doors, he can get on the floor with his children and be more natural and be a dad to his kids. Prince William needs to smile more," Mr. Burrell added, calling the future king careful in all he does. He claimed, "He needs to smile more. William has always been very measured and very careful and safe. He can't change his personality, but I just want him to warm up a bit." Over the weekend, Prince William donned his full military gear, complete with a spectacular bearskin hat, to oversee the final rehearsals for the Queen's Trooping the Colour parade. The June 2nd parade, which marks the Queen's official birthday, will kick off the extended weekend of Platinum Jubilee celebrations. The Duke of Cambridge inspected more than 350 horses and 1,500 soldiers in the 90-minute dress rehearsal, watched by 7,000 guests. Earlier in the week, Prince William visited the Royal Marsden Hospital in London, donning medical scrubs to learn about the newest, cutting-edge cancer treatment offered at the NHS facility. He also paid tribute to Dame Deborah James, upon whom he bestowed the honour last month, and who received treatment at the Royal Marsden Hospital before being discharged for end-of-life care. The Duke was also spotted with his wife, Kate, on Buckingham Palace grounds as the pair braved the wet weather for the final garden party of the year. The royal couple was joined by Prince Edward, Sophie, Countess of Wessex and Princess Beatrice, with Kate and William snapped sharing a comforting smile with one another as they headed into the event. The traditional Trooping the Colour event is set to return next week, and fans will be treated to seeing a whole host of royals on the Buckingham Palace balcony. Among them will hopefully be the Queen as well as the likes of Prince William, the Duchess of Cambridge and their children Prince George, Prince Charlotte, and Prince Louis. When it comes to the balcony moment, all cameras are on the royals as they check out the skies to watch the traditional RAF fly past. But despite the eyes of the world being on them, it didn't stop the Queen from very publicly scolding her grandson Prince William for everyone to see in 2016. That year, Charlotte was making her Trooping the Colour debut and was held by her mum Kate, leaving William in charge of looking after George. The eldest Cambridge kid stood at the front looking over the thousands of people gathered below, and Dad William crouched down to speak to him to explain what he could see. However, Granny clearly wasn't impressed that the crowds would have been unable to see him, and appeared to berate her grandson. She could be seen staring down at the crouching prince before telling him, "Stand up, William." Of course, he did as he was told and rose immediately, looking rather sheepish, and began to chat to his grandmother. Trooping the Colour, the Queen's official birthday parade, is due to return to London for the first time in 3 years next week. For the past 2 years, the event has been drastically scaled back due to the COVID pandemic and held at Windsor Castle.